Sunday, depending on when you watch this, March 15th or 16th. Welcome one and all to the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. Whose house? It's my house. This is your host, Jeremy Pierce. And you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, we fantasy booked the John Cena retirement tour. We got thrown for a loop. So now we're going to talk about John Cena's heel turn. It's going to be very exciting. I'm excited for what he's going to do, but for now, you know what's next. So just go on and hit my music. All right, with the heel turn here, I think this list might be the same as the one before, but these are the 5 opponents that a heel John Cena need to face. Number 5, Randy Orton. We know the history between these two. And listen, I don't think Randy Orton is John Cena's greatest rival. But these two have been there long enough that they are intertwined with each other. Now that Randy's on the side of angels, Cena's on the side of demons. It's inevitable that these two have to clash one more time for the World Championship. Number 4, Cody Rhodes. There's got to be a rematch, possibly even a trilogy. But Cena and Cody are going to go hand in hand. Now we see this different dynamic of this feud. It's got to go one specific way. Number 3, Sami Zayn. Sami is, the soul of the WWE. Will never stop fighting. Will never give up. And, that's the former mantra of John Cena. These two have faced each other maybe once or twice before. We remember the iconic United States Championship match. But again, the dynamic has now changed with these two. Number 2, The Miz. This is only because The Miz has been saying for years what John Cena is, and the broken clock is right twice a day. So here you go, Cena, Miz. Last time they were in the ring together, they were literally teaming up to take on the Judgment Day. So we'll see how things differ from here. And of course, number 1, R-Truth. The man is spinning out on Twitter. He is losing. If you really, really want to signify put over Cena as a heel, he's got to take out R-Truth. He has to beat him and beat him badly. That's just how it's got to go. Truth knows the deal. Cena knows the deal. And it would be something that would be shocking to see for all of us. We'll be right back. The spotlight is back and it's bright and it's shining on Roman Reigns. Our tribal chief is now embroiled in a battle with CM Punk, with Seth Rollins, and I don't even know how we got here. I would much rather see Roman Reigns face Drew McIntyre and Punk and Rollins do the dance for a third and final time. But Roman Reigns is now super over. He's getting the cheers that the WWE always wanted him to have, but what has he done for those cheers? Absolutely nothing. I want to see Roman Reigns be remorseful, be regretful, and apologize to his family. Listen, the man's got the aura, the man's got the appeal, and it's very much working for him. But at some point, he's got to say sorry. You can now chant John Cena sucks, and it actually means something. For those of you that have been living under a rock, John Cena has, turned heel. He is now a bad guy, no longer walking on the side of angels. None of us, and I tell you, none of us thought this day would ever come. So we're going to discuss this. What does it mean? How are you feeling about it? But before any of that, we have to start with John Cena's original heel turn. Now, when he first debuted on the roster, it was ruthless aggression. We know all of that, him stepping up to Kurt Angle, but then we got Word Life. We got the Doctor of Thugonomics, and right there, John Cena was bad. The freestyle gimmick, the rapping, everything worked. And while he was a heel, he was able to feud with many people. And this is really how it all started. So for those of you that don't remember, he had Bull Buchanan as his enforcer. He was called B2, and this is what ultimately got Cena over. The original face thing was where he was literally on the verge of getting fired, and after Bull Buchanan was replaced by Red Dog ultimately got sent to Raw. Red Dog, for those of you who don't know, is the former Roddy Mack. Cena started coming at Brock Lesnar. He was getting upset wins over Eddie, Taker, Benoit, and he had a really great rap line against Brock, and it was fee, fi, fo, fum. What are those? I'll tell you what F5 stand for. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I forgot my name. My brain went numb. Damn, I'm dumb. And he was killing it. He then had a feud with Undertaker, and I remember very much Cena rapping from a wheelchair in a graveyard coming at Taker. And the funny thing was his heel run was very short-lived. It was I'm not going to say all for naught, because the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick started in October of, what year was that? I want to say 2002. And the gimmick went for 3 years. So, it had its time. And he ended up turning face. So there was Doctor of Thugonomics gone, and we were slowly getting the PG John Cena. And for the majority of John Cena's career, while he was on top, we had PG John Cena. Some liked it, some loved it. I can tell you this: it was an albatross on the division. And there were at many points during John Cena's PG run, during his run pretty much at the top of the industry, many opponents challenged him. Many bad guys wanted him to give in to the hate. There was Kane. There was Bray Wyatt. There was The Miz. There was The Rock. Randy Orton. Cena's attitude, his mentality, he was tested time and time again, with the really two big ones being Kane and Bray Wyatt, two men that embody hate. And we were just waiting for this turn to come. And he would tease it here and there, and it just never came, which sucked, because we saw what happened when Hulk Hogan turned heel. It is still the biggest heel turn in the history of professional wrestling. The top star, pretty much of all time in this business, got stale. Got really stale. And we know what's next. He was the third member, joined the Outsiders, and the NWO was formed. So, does that mean Cena will start his own faction? Does that mean Cena will change? Well, he was actually going to turn heel when with his first feud with The Rock came about. He had recorded new music. He was going to change his gear. Because here's the thing. He can't go back to the doctor of thugonomics. Fans want that. We want to see that. So he can't do that. You got to change your style. You got to change your look. And ultimately, you've got to change your attitude. So how does Cena make this work? Well, first, we've got to go back to building up to the heel turn because it caught us off guard. So Cena came back, right, a couple years ago, and he was losing. He was ultimately winning some matches, but he lost the big ones. He lost to Solo. He lost to Austin Theory, but then also he would get some wins on, like a special SmackDown or a special Raw. So we get the news that he says, he shows up. I think it was a show in London he had. He goes, listen, next year, 2025, will be my final year in the WWE, and I plan on retiring when it's all said and done. Of course, he had the new gear. Of course, he had the colors and the catchphrase. The last time is now. This was it. This was going to be the run where John Cena goes out on top and becomes a 17-time world champion. Great. That's awesome. Then he loses the Royal Rumble. Not only does he lose the Royal Rumble, he was one of the final two. So, okay. All right. The Elimination Chamber. You can win that. John Cena at the press conference said, I'm going to be in the chamber because this was best for business. That should have been our first clue. He was the only person between the men and the women not having a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. Should have been our second clue. So The Rock returns because The Rock gets to do whatever the hell he wants and tells Cody, hey, I want your soul. I want you to be my champion. And for those of you that aren't paying attention, that don't know your history, this is WrestleMania 17 all over again when The Rock became the corporate champion. So he says, Cody, at the Elimination Chamber, I want your answer. I want to know. All right? I want to know. The men's match comes to an end with John Cena winning. Not by overcoming, but by stealing the W. He stole it because CM Punk is hated by a lot of people, including Seth Rollins. So Cena wins. He's going to WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes because Jay won the Royal Rumble and he's choosing Gunther. Cody comes out, celebrates with Cena. All right, this is going to be good. Face versus face. The former face of the company versus the current face of the company. This is going to be good. Then The Rock comes out. And he comes out with Travis Scott. So Rock's like, Cody, I want your answer. And Cody says, listen, Rock, I gave my soul to this business, to this ring, and to this people. And you can go F yourself. Okay. All right. Okay. Cena celebrates, goes to shake Cody's hand. They embrace. But in their positioning, The Rock is facing Cena. And Cody's back is to The Rock. Cena has this look on his face, staring dead-eye at The Rock. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Rock gives him the throat cut, number 2. Rest is history. Down goes Cody, gets beaten into a bloody pulp by The Rock and Travis Scott and John Cena. Mind you, The Rock had returned at Bad Blood of last year with the 3 signs, throat slash. So where is number 1? Now, since the Cena heel turn, We have not heard from the man besides maybe one or two things on Instagram, on TikTok. Cody's been doing the heavy lifting. R-Truth spinning out on Twitter has been doing the heavy lifting. So they will finally cross paths, Cody and The Rock, on Raw on Monday. All right. And Cody has told us, listen, Cena's got a smooth tongue. Cena is going to spin this, and I'm very much interested in seeing how John Cena is going to spin this. Where we go from here is very, very important. Cena's got to win. Cena's got to defeat Cody. Cena has to win. And he has to become the corporate champion. Everything involved from here on out is of the utmost importance. Okay? So, Cena wins, and he's got to defend that championship. He's got to hold it for a good long while. Like, if this is his last year professional wrestling, he's got to make it a great run, facing former opponents, facing new opponents, and ultimately losing to, an up-and-comer. But he's got to go all in with this heel turn. He's got to not even be dastardly, right? You can't be scared. He's got to be confident, because confident heels are the best heels. All right. This is something we thought would never happen. This is a day that we thought would never come. And here we are. John Cena is the bad guy, aligning himself with The Rock, two of the top stars in Hollywood. Goodness gracious. That's what we're doing here. And it was a thing of beauty because it caught many of us off guard. It really it shocked us. And only a certain amount of people actually predicted this, actually saw it coming. I'm excited. I'm excited for what's next. I'm excited for what follows. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be such a great ride. And I'm all here for it. John Cena is now a bad guy for the first time in almost 20 years. But here's the thing. The funny thing is, you could almost say that he's been a bad guy for a while. Go look at the Bo Dallas gimmick back at NXT. That was John Cena as a heel. All right. So Cena as the bad guy, Cody as the face. That's where we are. That's how things are going. I don't know what's next, but I am excited. This is going to be interesting. And the crazy part is, where does The Rock fit in all of this? Will he get involved? Listen, The Rock is the CEO of the company. He's on the board of directors. He can do whatever he damn well pleases. And with him and John Cena aligned, anything is possible. All right, this feels like a straight up pivot move from, in my opinion, the disastrous Netflix premiere of, Rock being all buddy with Cody, and they've done a good pivot. They have, and they pivoted something that we did not see coming. So here we are, 2025. John Cena is the bad guy. The last time is now. I'm ready. Are you? But that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look, we got on the screen coming up for the rest of the month. Some good things going down. There's almost something from March Madness. Might do a little tournament something. But you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube. Charismatic_Creations 52 on Instagram. And, of course, the 215 on Twitter. And, as always, Anna J, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, G.D. Dolan, Isla Dawn, and Bailey. Holla at your boy. Peace.